shit too. You I was the one ever since my hair was me and my brothers be ballin' like off the I can never leave my brother Mario Luigi. I can tell the weather, but I can feel it in the air, rain coming soon. Oh, they talking hot, cool, and more vibe. Making sure I on the block, no shampoo to the metal.
What the heck is going on with y'all? It's your boy Heck, and I'm welcoming you back to the Wat.Da.Hecpodcast, where basketball's an art and the court is our canvas. In this episode, we're going to go over my first throwback film session. We're going to go back and discuss and go over the answer Allen Iverson and break down how he dropped 48 points against the Los Angeles Lakers and improbably stopping the 16-0 playoff run that the Lakers was on the road to have. Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, all were my favorite players watching growing up at that age because they seemed bigger than life, especially Allen Iverson. They changed the dress code because of him. Everybody wanted to have braids like him. Everybody wanted to wear the one long arm sleeve because of him. And honestly, AI was a massive influence on the culture. But in order for him to be a massive influence on the culture, he had to have the skills to pay the bills, and sure enough, he had that too. But hey man, before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And with that, let's get straight to the action. To give you a briefing about Allen Iverson is a 6-foot score-first shooting guard. He was a really good mid-range shooter. He has a great tight handle, but his go-to was the heavy cross. And he accelerates relatively well. So much so, back in the late early 2000s, he was giving people fits. So, what are his strengths? His quickness and his change of direction. Because of his quickness and change of direction, it's very difficult to stay in front of him. And when he's going, he can go from 0 to 100 relatively quickly. Second, his finishing around the rim. Now, he's really good at finishing around the rim with his right hand and finishing through traffic with his right hand. That, along with the fact of the matter is, he's fearless and he attacks hard and he plays with one mindset is just go. It makes him hard to stop. And 3, he's a solid mid-range shooter, and also, more importantly, he was actually really good at getting steals, whether it being off the ball, whether it being off the dribble. So he's not a slouch defender, even though he may be a 6-foot guard who weighs 165. Now, what are his weaknesses? 1, 3-point shooting. This is the early 2001s. Nobody was a great shooter back then. 2, size and frame. He was 6 feet, 165. And because of that, him absorbing contact was not something that you want to see. And honestly, even though he's shown the fearless, the ability to get knocked down and constantly get back up, it's not a sign that you want to see him getting bumped and picking himself off the floor. 3, sometimes in earlier years, people question his dedication to the game. Obviously, the elephant in the room, his practice speech, or him looking for his own instead of winning, trying to do what is best for the team. This was said by one of his coaches, Larry Drew, I believe. Don't give me the line. A lot of times I felt that Allen Iverson as a basketball player got everything that he could have got in the NBA. A lot of times I feel that Allen Iverson as a basketball player got all the juice out the orange when it comes to his basketball career. But towards the end, it's kind of like anticlimactic because he still felt that he was the answer, even though his body was not saying it was not answering him. But hey man, you already know the drill. Let's get straight to the action. I'm going to tell you something about older basketball. The spacing in the early 2000s was terrible. Notice, he's not a shooter. There was only one shooter on the court, and they ran this action for a double screen so that way he can get a wide open corner 3. And somehow, in some way, that worked because of all the gravity that Allen Iverson causes. It's a skip pass, wide open. Alright, turnover happens. Ball's in the air, outlet. Notice something. His teammate threw the outlet pass ahead of him so he can run underneath the ball. Now, what Allen Iverson does relatively well is he cuts him off. If he were to sit there and give this guy an angle, it would go off the glass. What he's going to do is he's going to cut right in front of him. He's right-handed layup, Goulet. Bringing the ball down. Hang, heavy cross, brings it between his legs. Got Kobe backing up too much. Wide open. Swish. One sign, I will give it to you. If you got your man backing up, that's a sign that you can shoot it. Eric Snow has the ball at the top. There is no spacing here because nobody else can score as a real scorer. AI cuts back door. He gets the ball. He sees Shaq standing right here, so he's not going to sit there and force a layup with Shaq right there. That ain't smart. So what he's going to do is he's going to sit there, find some space in the defense, hit the easy mid-range, swish. Okay, Eric Snow. Iverson cuts to the wing, cuts to the corner. Eric Snow drives. He draws Derek Fisher, gives him a dribble handoff. Wide open mid-range. Swish. Now, one thing I will tell you is, if you start to notice something about a lot of the offense in the early 2000s, it was predicated on the mid-range jumper and layups. Now, in this situation, if this is 2025, that situation would not happen because that would be a 3. And somebody would get subbed out for that. Triple threat. If you ever want to sit there and master scoring and getting easy buckets for yourself, learn how to play in the triple threat. Because 9 times out of 10, the reads are relatively simple. Before you sit there and get focused on shaking somebody, play in the triple threat. Gets the ball, he jabs. Kobe realizes he's too close, and he doesn't want to get blown by. Even though Derek Fisher's right here and Shaq is right here, that's not a risk that you want to take. I understand it. Jabs him, got him backing up again. Easy mid-range shot, swish. Alright. Out in transition, Allen Iverson's fast, 2-on-1. Sometimes I think a lot of people have a bad habit of trying to be the hero. All you gotta do is just get a bucket. It don't matter who scores, just get a bucket. He brings the ball down, he got Derek Fisher to commit to him. Now, Eric Stone has an easy layup. One of the things I like about watching older basketball is watch how these guys play the pick and roll. Prior to Stephen Curry, and this is why I would sit there and say the Warriors, 16 Warriors with Draymond Green and KD and Clay and Steph would destroy the Lakers. Is for this reason, it's like one. You run the pick and roll. You see how far Shaq is in the paint? Guess what? If Shaq is not scoring 50, which he just scored this game, he's giving up so many wide open threes because he doesn't have the lateral quickness to keep up with these guys, especially off the screen. Come off the screen. Kobe is late to contest the shot. Okay, swish. He's in rhythm. Allen Iverson drives to the cup. He realizes he has nothing, so he kicks it out. Then he gets the ball back. Now the difference between 2025 and now, 2025, your star player is gonna get his feet underneath him and put the shot up. Excuse me. Now instead, he attacks, makes the extra pass for a wide open 3. Shot. Okay. Boom! One of the things I'm gonna tell you about scoring is all about being smart and understanding space. Allen Iverson gets the ball and he is probably within 10 feet area from the cup. Shaq is underneath the rim. I'm 6 feet 150. Why am I going to sit here and try to lay the ball up on Shaq, who's 7'1", 320 pounds at the time? Life lesson: being smart and understanding where you're spacing at can prevent injuries. So he's the easy mid-range shot. Good shot. They run a trap. So one of the things I'm gonna tell you about with full court presses, the trick is you want to pressure the ball, force him to pick up the ball, and force him to throw a dying quail. What's supposed to happen in this situation is Derek Fisher should be sprinting back when he sees Kobe getting trapped. Kobe throws a dying quail, chicken strips. Now this is one thing I will sit there and say about Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson did say in an interview that he never had a left hand, and I'm starting to believe it. Why? The easiest angle for him to make this layup would be to sit there and finish on the left side of the cup. But he goes back towards Kobe, where Kobe's at, to finish a right-handed layup. Now, it's semantics, because he scored a bucket's a bucket. But when I know for a fact where you're going to go, it's a lot easier for me to sit there and get blocks on your shots, if you get what I'm saying. Back away. Pick and roll. Got Derek Fisher going on behind the screen. He's dancing behind the screen. He's beat. Now this looks to me like it was going to be a triple handoff. I think it's either just Robert or Rick Fox, I believe. Rick Fox gets full focus on Allen Iverson, that he forgets about his man cutting back door. Good lob. So one of the things you start to realize about how basketball and about film, they respect his quickness. Because the mere fact of the matter is he's able to get these pull-up jump shots in the game, it's because the fact of the matter is he's a threat to blow by him. Even though you have Shaq right here, you have this guy right here, you got Kobe right here. So it's interesting to see how much space these guys are giving him because he's that quick. He pulls the ball back. Now, the difference is between now and then, this is like JT or Steph, they're taking 2 extra steps getting iffy behind the 3-point line and letting it fly. You will never see this shot ever again in the NBA. I promise you that for a fact. Swish. The reason why when I break down film, I always try to pay attention to the why. I try to pay attention to the whys and not the hows in the house. So he dribbles between his legs. He acts like he does a dummy move and acts like to see what he's going to do. Derek Fisher slightly backs up. Then he attacks, he goes, got some beat. Now the biggest thing is, Allen Iverson is strong enough, meaning as he got Derek Fisher turning and running, he's able to sit here and not let Derek Fisher push him out to the baseline. He's going to sit there and turn the corner and keep his line in straight to the front of the rim. Now he's beat, now he's by him. The next thing he has to worry about is Shaq. This layup, Shaq almost blocks this. This layup going straight into the rim is crazy. Good lay. Allen Iverson plays the passing lane, gets a steal. One-on-one with Shaq. That's a matchup you don't want to race. Now we got Shaq in front of him. Now what he's going to do is he's going to cut him off. Why he cuts him off? At this point, Shaq either got two choices. He can either sit there and go full speed and foul him, or he's going to sit there and let him go and get an easy layup. Easy layup. So Kobe is opening up and shading him to Shaq. What's always interesting is when you give somebody left, the reason why you can never simply force somebody left is because when you shade somebody to their left hand, you give up so much space. It's ridiculous. Same here. Kobe's attacking. He does a pound escape. Creates so much separation because that's the space where he's giving up. Wide open mid-range. Swish. Pick and roll. I don't know why Shaq picked up because Kobe was clearly getting through this. I think they made a tweak on the defensive coverages. Shaq picks up. Allen Iverson goes straight to the cup. Now, he has Shaq beat and there's nothing he can do. So, AI sees 40 standing right here. So, and I think this is Horace Grant, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. He's going to step up to stop AI and he leaves his man wide open for an easy dunk. Guess what? Okay, he's in the triple threat. He goes. Tyronn Lue cuts him off. Kobe's shading too hard. He leaves his man open. He does a jab and goes mid. I don't know why he went back middle instead of taking baseline because he had Rajah Bell open here, who was a great 3-point shooter at the time. Gets the roll reversal. Gives AI wide with the swish. Bring the ball down. Ball reversal. Sees AI wide open. He's in rhythm. Wet. Now this is the clip that everybody knows this play for. Allen Iverson gets the ball. Has Tyronn Lue on him. He waits for his man to give him some space. Cool. He's reaching. This is actually good defense. But you also gotta understand something. You're dealing with guys who are fast as you know what. Brings it down. He is done. Breaks separation for the shot. Swish. Get your punk you know what up. So to wrap this up, Allen Iverson was an icon. I honestly enjoy going over Allen Iverson's old film because in the end of the day, this is what kind of made one of my favorite games, one of my cherished memories from Allen Iverson. Watching him carrying the 76ers to a win over the dominant Los Angeles Lakers because believe it or not, that was the only game they lost that year. This game put an effort on Heart versus Hype because in the end of the day, him by himself, even though what people don't realize is the 76ers was the number one defensive team, scored 48 points against the Shaq and Kobe-led Lakers. Ironically enough about this game, Shaq had 44 in the other end. So he was doing whatever he wanted to Matumbo. But it's always interesting to see like how Allen Iverson got to his shots. Now I will sit there and say this. Do I think Allen Iverson's play style will work in this generation? Honestly, yes and no. I feel that being a good mid-range shooter is very practical to being a great scorer because in the end of the day, the 3-ball is going to come and go. So you need to be able to sit there and consistently hit mid-ranges so that way you can keep yourself in rhythm and make it a lot easier for you to get to the rim. But now, I think the mid-range is becoming a dying art because it's not the shot that's more analytically friendly. As I will say this, if you are a 6 foot and on the guard, I will tell you this. You need to sit there and have a well-versed game. You need to be able to shoot the 3. You need to be able to handle the rock. You need to be able to finish around the rim against taller defenders. You have to have a good mid-range game. You have to have a good in-between game. So that means your touch shots, your floaters, your runners, your left-handed layups, your right-handed layups. Because you're not going to get by with speed alone because you're dealing with guys who are 6'8", uber athletes. And because of that, it's always interesting to see how Allen Iverson made a name for himself. And he was one of those players that was not in that particular mold, like 6'8", hyper-athletic guard. But hey, man, Let me know how you feel about Allen Iverson in the comment section below. But with that, thank y'all for tuning into the What the Heck podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. We turn down.